what? Say what?
For the fellowship.
This is Vinyl Voices Radio, ESPN 97.5.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm John Denman.
Dusty Sandehan.
All right, welcome everybody to this week's episode of Vinyl Voices Radio here on ESPN 97.5. He's Justice Sandejas. I am John Denman, and this show we sit around, we listen to some of our favorite music, and we talk about this music with the people that make the music. And this week I'm excited. You know, I mean, we have Dem hanging out.
Yeah. This week we have Gulf Coast reggae band Dem Roots. Dem Roots music, Dem, however you want to stylize it. They're pretty awesome, known for like a real good positive vibe, lush harmonies, some really skilled musicianship from some Houston veterans. And the band's been around since 2016. Luis Morales is the singer-songwriter that kind of formed it. And it's like an all-star team, man. So it's a really good band. And we're stoked to have them here.
So today I was down in League City doing some things, and on my way back I was running out of gas because just running out of gas. So I pulled over at the HEB over for like 45 in the Beltway, and as I was leaving, some guy just like cut me off, right? Just like pulled right in front of me and all this stuff, and then he stopped, and I was like, and he turned around and flipped me off, and I was like, really, man? It's like 100 degrees outside. What are we about to do? You know, it's like I had, no, man. And I was like, held my hands up, and he was like, all this. I'm like, But I was listening to Dem, and I'm like, I'm in a much better mood than you are. This doesn't bother me now, you know? I'm just going to keep on going. Peace, buddy. Peace. And good luck with the rest of your day.
Yeah.
That's the kind of music they make.
Exactly, man. We were talking with Luis a little bit before the show, and I have a question down the line related to that, just like how the music makes you take just a beat and kind of slow yourself down, and there's value in that. So just by way of introduction, or can we do that real quick?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So there's Luis. Hey, Luis.
What's up, y'all?
We have Allison over there, Allison Lopez. There's Liam Haney, bass player, Patrick Kelly.
Howdy.
And Sel Phillips Taveras.
Phillips Tavares, yes, sir.
All right.
All right.
That's what we got here tonight.
Excellent. Looking forward to hanging out and talking about some of the songs that you guys picked for us to listen to, but also want to thank our beer sponsor this week, Spindle Tap Brewery. We picked up 2 different types of beer, local lager and the Houston Hustle. So if you haven't tried any of those, go out and get you some Spindle Tap beer because it's pretty tasty.
It's
not bad.
Good stuff. You know what goes good with beer? Pizza.
So,
Frank's Pizza. Frank's hooked us up this week. The band got to eat some pizza from Frank's downtown Houston. I think it's 417 Travis. Good stuff. They have pizza, wings, burgers, open late, which is good for musicians, right?
Oh, yeah.
yeah, Frank's is a kind of normal stop. You know, that get finished with something, you're like, let's go by Frank's. Hopefully the line's not long. Yeah. It moves fast.
It does.
It does.
But yeah, delicious pizza.
Yeah.
So I appreciate them as well. So what's going on, everybody?
What's going on?
Welcome to the garage.
Thank you for over.
I feel like we've already done 3 shows. We learned so much about each other just kind of hanging out.
Yeah, hopefully we didn't use all the good stuff.
Right?
Yeah.
So you guys been around for a few years now. We'll get to some of the history and stuff as we listen to some of the songs and talk to you guys about writing the songs and everything. One cool thing about it, you guys have been putting out some videos. That's a whole nother element that, it's not the easiest thing to do for bands because, just to put together like a good video. But I like the way yours are done, man. They're very fitting with the music. They're happy, and watching Pat run around for a day is always exciting. So what's the first song that we're going to listen to?
The first song that we're gonna listen to is "Crying Laughing," and it's off of our first album, Forward Ever. And Patrick is the lead singer of that song.
Yeah. Crying Laughing, yeah. It's a song that when we went to go work on the track, I had kind of an idea. I heard a song by this guy Lavi Sifra, who I guess he's not so well known here as he is probably in England. He's a songwriter from England. We know him because Kanye sampled him on a big sample, and Eminem, it's a big sample. My Name Is Slim Shady. That's a lobby. It's straight from one of his songs. And anyway, along the way, I kind of got into a record of his, and I heard this song, and I was always sort of thinking that it would be something that I would want to put, into the swing of kind of what Dem did. And we had done the session for the record, and it was one of those times where, I had this idea for a melody, and I'm sitting at an organ, and it was one of those things where it was real sort of organic the way it came out, and we ended up recording it, where you don't even really think about it too much and just see if it's going to work or not. And yeah, it's sort of been one of those that I think a lot of people sort of vibe to and get.
So it started with an organ.
It started with an organ.
Organically.
Like,
What's the name of the organ?
so they have this Wurlitzer organ where we were recording at Tall Sky in Austin that has like certain features on it that'll like arpeggiate things, and it's a similar organ to what we had at Francisco's in the Scarnala's room and in the Suffer's room, and I had done all this work on before, and so I was kind of messing with it, and it has like very specific sounds to it. And it was all, it was like an opportunity to use this like thing that was in the room the whole time that we were recording also. Yeah. And we did a switch up where I was playing organ on that, and Jeremy decided to come over and play drums on it. So it kind of came around and then I went in and sang it.
Yeah.
And the rest is sort of.
I mean, that's what makes a good band, right? It's like, all right, today I'm going to play a guitar. And,
Yeah.
But does anybody ever play the saxophone other than Allison?
Kevin. Yeah, Kevin, the guitarist.
I wish we could pull that picture with Kevin, the mustache, the saxophone.
It's a nice slick mustache back in the day.
No, I haven't seen it.
It's called.
Yeah, I'm not too good with wind things. I can't do the wind thing.
I need it.
Yeah,
need it.
I tried.
All right, well, let's listen to the song, and then we'll talk more about it.
All right.
Crying never did nobody no good, no how, and that's why I don't cry, and that's why I don't cry. Laughing sometimes does somebody some good somehow, and that's why I am laughing now, and that's why I am laughing now. never did nobody no good, no how. So why am I lying now? So why am I lying now? So why am I lying now?
All right, so during that song, you know, we were talking a lot, which is good because I mean, such a smooth little song that, you know, we're all just kind of sitting around vibing, looking around and shit, eyes closed, you know. It feels good, right? Feels good. But talking about like how the song came together.
Yeah, it was like sort of one of those things that I just kind of came across through something else, you know, just kind of listening, you know, how the algorithm does nowadays for things. And I kind of went down a little hole and found this, there's a live video of him playing this on like a variety show, you know, sort of vibe. And it's really only him that you see. It's such a simple sort of thing going on, but the melody and all of it is just super effective because of it. Like what he, you know, all the lyrics and the simplicity of it. And so, you know, it kind of affected me, and I was like, I bet you that's something that we could kind of make work. So when we went into the studio, and, you know, it wasn't really even a thought that it was going to happen. It was something that I, during the pandemic, you know, it's probably when this all kind of happened, because when we went to work on it that first time, it was still pandemic times. And it was like, you know, you get into a studio and things are feeling good. It's always been my experience that a lot of times, like, that thing you had no plan on doing in the studio sometimes comes out like the thing that ends up being the coolest, because, like, you know, you don't put that much effort towards it and it's still fun, and you catch that first sort of vibe. And that song, when we did it, was all of that, you know, like we, you know, just kind of came out as the idea at the time.
So who wrote the lyrics on that one?
That's a Lavi Sifra song. Yeah.
That the composition, the arrangement is an original arrangement from Pat.
Yeah. That I put together.
The lyrics is Lavi Sifra, and he's like an African.
No, he's a London guy.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a London guy who is known.
Afro-London.
I mean, everyone comes from Africa.
He has what kind of got me to it, though? It's an interesting thing, because it did get me to him, because I know, you know, like a song came up, a different song that's called Canic Chase, and it has way more going on, and it has all these like beautiful harmonies and stuff, and like very complex chords. It's nothing like, you know, this one, it's like very simple sort of thing. So I did some research, and like he's like one of these musicians who like was a jazz guitar player and was like playing all these jazz gigs by himself, you know, and then sort of like became an artist through that. And that like is almost like the polar opposite of like the music he writes, is like just blazing like jazz guitar stuff, but it's in there. And he became like a sort of like social activist, and was just like sort of like a different sort of musician at you know, that time, like early 70s or something like that in London. So it kind of like fascinated me a little bit. But yeah, he's written a ton of really great things. Our version is like, you know, it just fits really well in the
It does.
pocket of the thing that we do. So
Yeah, I was going to say, like, just listening, and I guess because of the title of the song, too, it kind of reminded me that there's Sonny Osuna and the Sunliners, you know, like old school, like, you know, Latin act, and they have a famous song, "Smile Now, Cry Later," you know.
Yeah.
But it kind of reminded me too that just, I don't know. I know we always introduce you guys as reggae, you know, as a reggae act, but just hearing you talk about like the whole jazz tones of the song, the background of that. I mean, there's a lot going on with Dem Roots, as everybody that's listened to the band knows, and they're going to hear these songs. It's not, you know, there's a lot of different styles going on in the music that y'all make. So how hard is it to pull all that together for a song like this? Because, you know, Allison's got a jazz background. She likes metal, apparently. It's not.
Yes.
But, you know, y'all all have so many different influences, you know, to bring a song like this together from London, of all places, and give it that Gulf Coast sound. You know, how hard is it to all be on the same page? And, you know,
It's not too hard. It starts, of course, of an introduction of a concept. Pat had a demo that he had already written, and it was very energetic. It had a lot of percussion to it. He sent it to me, and it was at the time when we were trying to put the songs together for the album, because one of our good friends from Galveston, Stephen Pennington, he wanted to hear an album, because we didn't have an album, and this was right before the pandemic. He spoke to us about recording an album, because he wanted to listen to us whenever he was traveling or in his house or whatever. And I spoke to Pat about it, and he was encouraging to go to Tall Sky Studios. We were trying to get all the group of songs together, and that was one of the songs that he just introduced. And it was a couple songs that he introduced, Love I Guess and Crying Laughing, and Love I Guess we cut, but Crying Laughing,
Cut it.
you know, we totally
To the next album. we need one more song. And I was like, hey,
yeah.
I have that.
Yeah.
It just, you know, it's one of those things that, you know, sometimes something doesn't jive with
The rest of it.
Yeah, and
Yeah, exactly.
kind of starting to get to something that you were also kind of getting to, that I think of when you take something and make it into a reggae song, which is something we've ended up doing a whole lot of, right? And you can have a lot of fun with that. But what happens is that, and I think this is not just a reggae thing. I think this is, if you get into a scene, right, then you feel like, if I'm going to do this cover, it's not just I have to do it in my style, but when you play in a reggae band, it's like, but I don't want to get stuck into it has to be like this kind of reggae, or it has to be this, or it has too many, you know, one of the things is it has too many chords. So if there's too many chords in a reggae tune, then a real reggae head is going to be like,
Yeah, I wanted to, yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah.
no.
yeah, you don't want to get that look.
So yeah, well, but then there are groups that, like, you know, do it and like aren't apologetic of it, and like, you know, can make it work. So there's like a place to find it.
Right.
But then, you know, you do that with the original stuff too, because it's like, when you are writing a reggae tune, it's like there's this feel and this feel and this feel, and there's this rhythm and this rhythm and this rhythm. But how much do you want to go as a reggae band that really sticks to like playing that thing, or that it stretches a little bit with it, you know?
I like the stretching.
Yeah.
Out for stretching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
I think we stick to the
Sometimes.
real roots vibe, you know, but that's why we stand out from like if we were going to play on a festival with like a bunch of the Cali reggae bands, nothing against the Cali reggae bands, I feel like we would stand out a little bit more because, you know, of the fact that we'll reach out a little bit of that, what's comfortable. It's got to have a timbali in it, and it's got to be quantized or not quantized, and it's got, you know, I don't know, it's just a different, you know.
Yeah, I mean, with all genres of music, you know, like reggae, there's 50 subgenres.
Yeah.
And with everything, so you know, a lot of bands kind of play within like 2 or 3 of them, you know, in the safe zone. So I don't know, but that song that we just listened to, man, that's just a smooth song.
Yeah.
It was good.
To just have it in the background, reflect early in the morning, have your coffee, do your yoga.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Or when, driving down 45 and
You don't
someone
wanna-
wants to flip you off. Is that
Not today.
Yep.
Not today, sir.
All right, let's take a quick break and grab some more of the Spindle Tap beer. This is Vinyl Voices. We'll be right back.
For over 30 years, the attorneys at Adley Law Firm have helped navigate their clients through car and truck accidents, premise liability claims, and other types of personal injury cases. They are board certified and have an aggressive reputation with insurance companies, and their caring approach to clients has made them one of Houston's best Google-reviewed personal injury firms. Live chat now with an Adley Law Firm representative at adleylawfirm.com or call 713-999-8669 for a free consultation. No fees unless they win your case. 713-999-8669. Key T Wellness, our friends down in Dickinson, is where you need to go if you're feeling sluggish, non-energetic, and non-motivated, not just when you're hungover. Get to know your numbers. As we get a little older, our hormone levels change, men and women. Key T Wellness can help. Weight loss, hormone optimization, low testosterone, B12, Botox, and more. KeyTWellness.com. Why not feel your best again? KeyTWellness.com.
You have found Vinyl Voices, live from Adley Law Firm Studios here on ESPN 97.5 with your hosts, John Denman and Jesse Sandejas. It's time to deep dive with some badass musicians.
All right, welcome back to Vinyl Voices Radio here on ESPN 97.5, live from Jason's Garage studio. And I'm John Denman, Jesse Sandejas, and Dem hanging out with us. We're going to hear another song. Tell us about this song, what we're going to hear.
This next song is our new single by the name of Tu Valor.
From me that I can't give you, baby. Take the time and see if we can make it. And if you want me to, I'll do all I do. But I can't wait to say I love you. Yes, I do, I do. And I can't wait to say it. I love you, yes I do, I do. I can't wait to. Every day I just pray things would be okay for me and for you. It's quite alright. I think we'll take tonight to take the time and say I love you. Yes, I do, I do. And I can't wait to. I love you. Yes, I do, I do. And I can't wait to say it. I don't have to say it twice to remind you. I don't have to say it twice to remind you. yes I do. Now I can't wait to.
All right, so that was an absolutely smooth jamming song, man. It's
Like a baby's bottom.
like a man. It's like a near video. You know, yeah, exactly. It's so smooth. But no, but that one was in Spanish. So what's easier to rhyme? If you're writing lyrics, is it easier to rhyme in Spanish or English?
It really depends. Like I was saying, it really depends because, okay, so the best way that I could describe it to you is by like waveforms, right? So if whenever I get to or I start practicing a rhythm, I find a tune or a melody that I really like, and I want to sing it in English, it's more like direct. The waves are very sharp, up pyramid, down pyramid. And if I wanted to make it a lot more smooth, I tend to sing more in Spanish because I feel like I could express myself more in depth. And it's a lot more circular, like waves, right? So it just depends on what I'm actually feeling and what I want to sing about and how I want to sing it and how I wish to express myself.
Is that why like love songs just sound better in Spanish?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I think so. Absolutely, I think so too. Yeah, yeah, because
For that reason, because it's sharp.
because it's
the issue with the frequencies.
yeah, and you could utilize more words to express a feeling more in depth than just being one word or two words put together. It's your beautiful because, and in Spanish it would be just a lot of different things. There are focus on one specific area, but you could just express it and make it a beautiful painting, in my opinion. It might be the same way in English. Maybe I'm just not there vocally or with my vocabulary, but that's how I see it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like when
totally valid. I mean, you're coming from your place.
it's like
But I see, like Sal, he's like chomping at the bit. He's trying to get in there too, and I mean, talk about that too. You know, like just having the Spanish language.
If he writes in the morning, he write in English. If in the afternoon, he write in Spanish.
So what do you have for lunch?
Something good.
I need
Something
to hang
from,
out with you more.
something from Patrick's taco spot. But you know, I mean, just to follow up on that, you know, obviously, if coming from a songwriting standpoint, when you're doing the thing, you're just doing what's in you. It's got to come out, you know. But you know, as someone who's observing music and the industry and stuff, like, you know, like all Latin music is hot right now. I mean, it's so, you know, I mean, Carol G was last night, right? Like, sold out.
We try to get her in the studio. If she watches this, tell her the invite's still out there.
yeah, she's clearly missing out. Man.
Yeah, absolutely.
What about Bad Bunny? You haven't.
I mean, it'd be all right. Yeah, I mean, Bad Bunny would be cool to come hang out with.
He would be
but
cool to be here.
It's not the same. She makes better videos.
Yeah.
She looks way better.
But there is, you know, kind of like this real uptrend. So, you know, taking a song like that and, you know, doing it in the Spanish language, was there any kind of like idea that, you know, it's a good business move too, or?
Might be there a little bit for a new market, you know.
Really, yeah.
That's
Expand the
expand our
brand a
market.
little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
But yes. And business-wise, I don't really I haven't really thought about it in depth because it's the way that I view it would be, I want to show our diversity. You know, I want to show everything that we do. And so you have to just put your stuff out there as you continue to evolve and you start getting influenced by different rhythms, different sounds, and you want to put that out there and you want to make a good composition. You want to show them how diverse of a musician you are or a band, really. So yes, partially business, but majority
Staying authentic.
I'd like to add to that.
Yeah.
I think that it opens a lot of opportunities to reach more people. Like we have a lot of Spanish speaker fans. especially here in Houston. And they always come up and tell us how beautiful it is to hear this song in their own language. And it's pretty special for me because my dad is a native speaker. He was born and raised in Mexico City. And so being able to have those songs in his native tongue is just so special for me.
Yeah, for sure, man. It just, the whole thing I told you earlier is just such a vibe. And that's, the song that I was talking about this morning. I listened to the thing the whole way to work, and it was just like, it just took my blood pressure down a notch or two.
Yeah,
it's nice.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so the original arrangement was composed by our friend Ethan Marshall. He's the one that got the arrangement of the song, and I wrote the lyrics to it. Ali did the saxophone. I think you did the bass to it.
Yeah, and we go back to his house. He's got a full studio, and he loves our band. He loves reggae music. So he's been telling me, yeah, man, I really want to get Lou and Ali in there and you on some bass lines. So we went over and they recorded a version, and then we just started playing the version live, and the version kind of just mutated into just a whole new song in a way.
Was that one part where, the music's playing, then all of a sudden it gets a little funky and this and that, it gets a little faster, then all of a sudden some saxophone hits, these notes, bam, 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 and then it goes right back into the smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that transition.
And yeah, like there's different dynamics there, because he's going to be releasing his own version too, which will be interesting. But we kind of just took that idea from him and expanded and put our own thing on it. And obviously Lou wrote the lyrics, and the more that we heard it as a band and the more that we connected with our fans with it, we just kind of started throwing him.
So just for those non-Spanish mostly speaking people, I pick up a lot of things, but there's one. What's that song about?
The song's about about self-worth, self-love and understanding. Knowing, or basically go about life trying to understand more of yourself and love yourself, and don't get for the lack of a better term, like devalued by being in a relationship only for security. Because nowadays, or maybe not so much nowadays, but before, you tend to be in relationships that would cause you to seek more security than that hard burning passion and love, because it's just so, you want to be there, but it's just so much. It's so polar, and it's so hard to do that for such a long time. Then you go into security, and like at the end of the day, you're just gonna compromise yourself up until you can no longer compromise yourself. You've just been unhappy for such a long time that it's okay to choose yourself sometime, and it's okay to know that sometimes time could confuse you and make you think that was the way to go, but it's just a lesson that somebody or whoever learns from in life. You're always going to get to that point. The self-realization is always in the path, whatever path you're in. Self-realization is always that realization that you have before you could say you're at that age, right, where you could transcend into the different dimension. You're always going to have the self-realization, and it's always going to be about either you lament or you just live life,
where you grow,
right?
Yeah.
So it's about self-value, really, knowing how to stop something when it's not working, how to start something brand new, and don't be afraid of being alone sometimes.
Perfect, man. Hey, that goes right along with the jam. It's smooth like that. I dig it. We're going to take another break, and we get back, we'll listen to some more of Dem Roots reggae and grab another Spinal Tap brew.
Yeah.
This is Vinyl Voices. We'll be right back.
KT Wellness, our friends down in Dickinson, is where you need to go if you're feeling sluggish, non-energetic, and non-motivated, not just when you're hungover. Get to know your numbers. As we get a little older, our hormone levels change, men and women. KT Wellness can help. Weight loss, hormone optimization, low testosterone, B12, Botox, and more. KTWellness.com. Why not feel your best again? KTWellness.com. For over 30 years, the attorneys at Adley Law Firm have helped navigate their clients through car and truck accidents, premise liability claims, and other types of personal injury cases. They are board certified and have an aggressive reputation with insurance companies, and their caring approach to clients has made them one of Houston's best Google-reviewed personal injury firms. Live chat now with an Adley Law Firm representative at adleylawfirm.com or call 713-999-8669 for a free consultation. No fees unless they win your case. 713-999-8669.
Welcome to Vinyl Voices with your hosts, John Denman and Jesse Sandejas, here at the Adley Law Firm Studios at ESPN 97.5, where the music flows as freely as the beer.
All right, welcome everybody back to Vinyl Voices Radio here on ESPN 97.5. We are hanging out with Dem Roots Reggae, Jason Dejas. I'm John Denman. And, man, why don't y'all take us right into this next song? What are we going to listen to?
Next song is Can't Wait. It was the first single that we put off of this new batch of tunes for the new record we got coming out.
Necesito tu atención y sé, todos pretenden ser perfectos para ti. Pero termina bien cruel, lo digo porque nada fácil de ignorar tu presencia. El universo escondido entre tu ser y yo, elevado con tu forma. Mientras tu hombre se la pasa y te ignora que no puedes ver algo supernatural en la esencia que determina el pasatiempo. ¿Tú crees que la luna manipule la marea y tú y yo nos podemos ver? Te digo por favor, no te confundas con la seguridad, hace que pierdas tu valor. Escúchame, no te confundas con la soledad, un pasatiempo para poder crecer más. No hay nada mal si tú piensas concentrarte en ti. No hay nada mal si en tiempo confundió al fin. Cuando llegues a tu centro, aquí estaré esperando aquel momento. Te digo por favor, oh, yeah. Y que te quede bien claro que yo necesito tu atención y sé, todos pretenden ser perfectos para ti, pero terminan bien cruel. Lo digo porque nada fácil de ignorar tu presencia. El universo escondido entre tu ser y yo, elevado con tu forma. Mientras tu hombre se la pasa y te ignora que no puedes ver algo supernatural en la esencia que determina el pasatiempo. ¿Tú crees que la luna manipule la marea y tú y yo nos podemos ver? Te digo por favor, no te confundas con la seguridad, hace que pierdas tu valor. Yes. Escúchame, no te confundas con la soledad, un pasatiempo para poder crecer más. No te confundas con la seguridad, hace que pierdas tu valor. Escúchame, no
interesting.
That's on Touch Me.
Some of the mistakes that I've made in the studio, I'm like, dang, I wish I didn't do that. But like when it's all mixed and mastered, I'm like, dang, that sounds pretty good. Like I'm kind of glad that I did do that.
Well, anytime there's solos, right? Like solos in a song, like when you're like, this sounds good. No matter what it is, keys, drums, anything, right? That sounds good. But then you hear it again, are you like, man, if I only did this.
Yeah, but I mean, it takes away because the way I like to think about it is like we went and recorded that album and we were capturing an essence. I think Pat put it that way. Like we were capturing the whole vibe. So even I could do the same thing about some bass lines, but I'll listen back. I'm like, man, I wish I would have done this, but it captured where I was at that time.
Yeah,
and I think that's a real cool thing.
No, it is. I mean, it's like if you're a painter, right? You don't look back at that painting and go, ooh, I'm going to put a flower on, there. Yeah, it's like, that's that. You just start painting at something else, right?
Yeah.
All right.
It's easy though when you work on music to like overdo it, where you'll like redo it over and over and over and over, and then it like loses it. I think that's the thing with solos. I mean, I'm just glad I don't have to like play solos like in that
do some
sort of
organ
thing.
I mean, you already had a solo on the organ, and there's one of the songs we listened to.
It's true.
I'm glad though that Allison talked a little bit about that because, it sort of gives me a chance to kind of jump in and talk about the reggae brunch. So, I mean, because that's a place where if people are like listening to what you guys do, they're able to hear those songs, but probably in a different way than they were recorded. So, just talk a little bit about that, what you guys are doing with that.
The Reggae Brunch is the place that you would want to go to experience new concepts, new revisions for songs. That's always the place where we could at least comfortably put the songs out there or new interpretations of songs. And I'm excited to start those things again too. We haven't been playing the Reggae Brunches because it's been too hot. It's been like at least like 250 outside.
You value your life.
Well, it's not so much us; it's everyone else.
It's hard to eat brunch when it's like you boil away.
The bandstand is covered. It's everyone else that would work.
Just batter poured on a plate.
Yeah, brunch. Here's your pancake in 5 minutes.
And it's cooking right next to you.
It is.
Yeah, no, and so we're picking back up with the brunches here after Labor Day or Labor Day weekend.
And it's at LaGrange.
LaGrange,
yeah, in the Montrose area. I feel like that's
fantastic spot.
Yeah, that's the right spot for it. We have the right greenery. They're really good with any type of herbalist out there. If you want to go in there with patchouli or eucalyptus, you could really burn those up as much as you want.
Outside.
Nice.
Outside.
But also a good place to hear like these songs, like just presented like in a, hey, we know what it sounds like recorded, but we're gonna mess around with it a little bit and just
yeah.
Absolutely. We've experimented a few times on our shows at Reggae Brunch. We're like, all right, it's the first time playing this mashup. Here we go.
Yeah.
Just let it fly.
That's always the most fun when you're introducing new concepts, because after a while, like you do it so often that you start going through your whole catalog, and or you try to incorporate every single song in your catalog, and some songs work, and some tunes work in the beginning of the show and they don't work at the very end, and sometimes I feel like the whole show has to be a B-sides out like performance, and it's just to move the songs along. It's fun though.
Yeah,
curating on the spot.
Right. Yeah, the good thing about brunch is that it's sort of doing it for an extended amount of time forces you to like expand the catalog.
Because people show up
and you realize that
they're not
coming a lot, and so you want to switch it up, and it's sort of like, I mean, it forces you to like be like, going to what he's saying. It's like you don't want to play the same thing every time, but you still play some, you know what I mean? You just kind of do something different with it, or make
crowd favorites.
Yeah,
you gotta touch on those.
Yeah,
and then yeah. Sometimes the sax plays a little differently this one.
Yeah.
But the venue itself, just kind of the way that, you know, we do what we do there, it does lend it to being a place where you could try something a little different, you know, more so than like, you know, if, you know, you're at the club with the lights on. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. If it wasn't 180 degrees, I probably would have been to a couple of them lately. But, yeah,
We were inside.
taking that break is good.
Yeah. Whenever it's hot, anytime it's like 86 degrees or above, we go inside.
Yeah. Take that into consideration.
Yeah. Anytime it's above, let's say 80 degrees is where we have to be inside.
Yeah. So when the
It's
roof
too hot.
closes,
Yeah. We told them they need a retractable roof.
Arena style. Yeah.
Like the mini.
Nah, I appreciate you guys coming and sitting in the garage with us, man, hanging out and enjoying some spilled top beers, and that'd be you guys making good music. You know, that's one of the things that I don't know. Trying to remember the first time I heard you guys, but I guess it was what, like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, something like that. And man, since then, I've seen you guys play live, and if you've never watched a Dem show live, it really is good. So like you talked about going to the brunch, but you guys play a lot. You go check them out.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
That's it. That's a wrap.
No.
Toss it back to me.
Yeah, I'll toss it back to you.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Thanks for coming out. Tell us the name of the album again and when it's projected.
So we have Forward Ever out now, which is our first album with Splice Records, and this new album we're projected to have it out later this fall, and it goes by the name of Pa que esperar el tiempo.
Nice.
And Can't Wait is the first single. Tu Valor is the second single that just came out August 30th.
That's today.
Yes. Yeah, as we're doing this.
Yeah.
Just drop. No, fantastic. You're getting all these hand motions back there. You're going to edit. You're the video guy that's going to have to edit more than Kevin. Yep. Unfortunately. No, let's we're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna come back, and the fourth segment's gonna happen. But if you're listening on ESPN 97.5, you're gonna have to wait a little bit, or go find it online. This is Vinyl Voices Radio. Thanks for tuning in. Talk to everybody next week.
Yes, oh yeah. Gather dragon to prevent me. I believe no chapter from my mind.